Welcome to
Welcome, everybody.
yeah.
We have for you today, I guess, would be sort of an update.
So I don't know if on the last podcast we talked about the situation with the coin, but now we're fully launched. But I guess the coin has been taking a beating because it's been utilized in, I guess, investing in the community and the things that we're doing. So it's not reaping the fruit yet.
Yeah,
So we're open for investors to go ahead and jump on the coin and get early invested while it's cheap. And that can actually speed up the process and multiply the profits. Right now I'm looking for contracts. The chickens, the birds are getting pretty big. I think maybe 2 to 3 more weeks and maybe ready for
mhm,
market. So what I got to do maybe next week or the week after next is go and negotiate with some of these places and see where I can move a mass amount. If I can get a connection with this company called Caribbean Chicken or something,
I think that's what you said it was
yeah,
called.
yeah. If I can work that out, I seen a little spot over there in the Mennonite communities. They may be able to work something out with me. One of the guys speaks, well, he's bilingual. He speaks more than two languages, and a lot of those speak Spanish. Surprisingly,
Yeah, I was taken by surprise that they did.
yeah. So I'm gonna have my interpreter. See how God work. I got an interpreter, y'all. I'll have my interpreter to go and translate and help me get what I need negotiated. Because we don't have to bust their heads with the birds. We want to let them make room. So to make money, because we're gonna get them in mass amounts, so the profit would be there.
Yeah, 'cause, like you said, the broilers, they are a pretty good price for 100.
Well, it's like this. I'm almost at the point of being willing to sell a bird for a solid price and go to the market and be like, my bird is $15 a bird or $20 a bird.
Yeah, I don't think that's ridiculous. We know the price that we getting it at, so $15 per bird is still a really good profit.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we could let them get real big so they get their money worth. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
we do it $15 to $20. So when you break it down per pound, they're getting good. And so
mhm.
then once we steal the customer base, because we gonna be the lowest in town, and we consistent, because you ain't got to worry about, oh man, I hope I can find a small chicken. No, you're gonna need a big chicken so you can feed the people that you need to feed, but you don't want to have to pay more. That's the problem. So
Mhm.
if we can't go down on the price more, we're gonna give you more for your money, so we'll let them live a little longer, which that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, and also I think you said that it's a possibility of another contract for one of your managers' sibling had a restaurant?
Oh yeah, that is a contract. We got that
Yeah.
one. The one that I'm training to actually be managing, the part that I'm managing, getting contracts and getting orders and stuff like that. He actually got the first contract, but until they buy the first order, I don't accept it as a contract yet. That's when I
Right.
do it. Once
Yeah.
they start purchasing from you and just start repeating, then we be like, okay, we
Yeah.
pretty much got them.
Yeah.
Well, so for everybody, just to be a little clearer or more clear, yeah, just to be more clear, we are trying to come at this from different angles because we're trying to hit different angles. So our first and main intent is to do what the Lord has us to do. And some stuff we can talk about, some stuff I can't talk about until it's time to talk about. But that's the main goal. And another thing we want to do is God is very good. He's a very, very, very good business guy. And you can tell from one of the parables or one of the stories he told in, I think, John, the book of John. when he was telling about like he gave these guys some talents, basically money, and one of them buried it, you know, and the rest of them invested it and flipped it. And the one that he frowned upon was the one that just buried it and gave him the same thing he started out with.
Yeah.
And he viewed him as pretty much like lazy and sorry, or however he put it, because he said I could have put my money in the bank and made interest off of it,
Mhm.
you know. So I may be a little off on the specifics, but I got the point on point. So that's just to back my statement when I say he's a very good business guy. And he wants to pretty much take the Walmart approach. We want to get the lowest prices around, and he wants the product to move quick. So by getting the price the lowest, that's how I can get it to move the fastest, unless I get a contract with a big, company.
Yeah.
So basically, I need to figure out how much it go at the market. So I may need to go. We may need to go and price it in the store, see how much they cost per pound,
Yeah.
and what we can do is get it to the point that it's like tremendously lower, and that's how we
Yeah.
steal the market. And that's when we can go up to pretty much like I say about 1,000 birds a month.
Yeah.
Another thing, I don't know if y'all understand about these broilers and how they do things. So the broilers are the ones that we have. These things grow fast. I think they're ready in maybe a month and a half. Then you can pretty much get a turnaround on that money. So right now, I'm playing the game, but if I can take over the market in the street, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of like put some natural, healthy things mixed with this feed, and then I'm gonna have another alternative for the ones that want the birds that's organic, because we're gonna have those also, and those would be the ones that we call the locals. The locals would be also for sale, but they take a little longer because they eat natural and off the land. What we got to um, finish is I'm in the process of getting us a meal so we can create and make our own feed. So we can sell the feed. I think I talked about it in previous um, podcasts, but I can go revisit it real quick.
Mhm.
Um, the guy that pretty much can speak the different languages, he actually used to work for the Mennonites, and um, he's kind of cool with them. He's real cool with them. A lot of them know him. So we kind of getting plugged in like that with some big time people. So if I can get the meal from what I researched, and I didn't even tell you about it, when we went out there to get the prices of it, um, with the first meal that we got, we thought was the correct one, but it had the wrong blade, and they wanted about less than $300 for it. But it's for like cows. You can make the cow feed. So I'm gonna get that soon because we might get a few cows. But if I was thinking if that meal would have been that cheap, how much would it be for the one for the sheep and pigs and stuff like that? Because we're gonna make the feed for them and the chicken. So the guy came out there and told us like that's not the right one, but the dude next door he makes them. So we went over there, and he basically just like really focused on how big the motor was going to be, and he didn't really know like the price of a motor, the new motors and stuff like that. So basically, it I say at the max, I hope it just be double. So I guess we'll update y'all when I get the price on the new motor. The horsepower is very important because I don't want to put too much strain on it. So I kind of want it pretty strong, or the first one could be decent, and
Mhm.
then we'll get two to help out if they this cheap.
Yeah. That was significantly lower than the original price that you thought.
Yeah.
That was, like, good news because we was talking about, I think we said 3,500 was what we thought
Mm.
it cost. So now to know that it could be probably around 600 to 1,000, depending
Yeah,
on the motor that you go with, so that's still really good news.
yeah, and the fact that they don't really have those meals, I was thinking, what do they do? They just buy their feed, and I guess they do buy their feed, and
Yeah,
so, I feel like they can get the feed cheaper from us. We're gonna, give them some healthy stuff, natural stuff that we're gonna get wholesale from the farms, and we're gonna grind them up and then make their feed. The guy, he knows the combination and everything we need to keep them healthy.
yep,
Another thing, I need to continue getting layers, but not at a high rate because they're kind of expensive. But I will continue to get layers because, from my understanding, they lay pretty good and those eggs move. So tomorrow, I need to cut a budget for the hens. These are going to be the locals that I was referring to, and we're going to let these reproduce. So these would be the last ones that ever hit the market. I want about 2 to 4,000 of these locals, and then when I get that many, I'm gonna start selling the eggs. So that's why I said we don't have to go too big on the layers. So I might hold off on the layers. I'm gonna
okay.
correct that. I'm gonna hold off on the layers. So these gonna be uh, adults hens that we getting, and I was thinking about getting 10, but I want to get more. I want to go ahead and get this going because I'm trying to get the eggs and take over the egg industry and the chicken industry. So I'm gonna have maybe 1,000 of them reproducing
Mhm.
at all times. And even when they get old, they're gonna get gutted up and blah blah blah. And it might be a little cheaper too, because they're a little older. Get a little discount, you know.
I
We
don't think nobody be mad at a discount.
Yeah, they might be up under the No Idols old school brand. Get finer with time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta fancy up to make them move. But we gotta take over the market, and how you take over the market is being the lowest, the cheapest. We gonna undercut everybody. Stupid low, like we was talking about before we moved.
Mm,
It's about that time. So we got to go out there and hustle chicken. Hey, how much you pay for your chickens? And like, we don't do it like that. For all ours, we wait for it to get this many pounds to this many pounds. So in between this many pounds and this many pounds,
mhm.
you'll get it for this price.
Yeah,
Solid. Ain't no fluctuating, ain't none of that. We ain't got time for all that.
right. I think that's just easier anyway. One set price per
Mhm.
chicken.
I just think it'll be a positive thing to get it so it's affordable. So that's why when we go do our research and see how much it is per pound, what's the average weight we probably see in there, so we can go to the extra chicken spot and we can check out a couple spots, do a
Yeah,
little research. You can actually probably turn the camera on and let the viewers see if you down. I think
yeah.
they'll love that.
I think the best place would probably be the quality chicken
Uh,
store because I think the other supermarkets, they probably try to mark it up a little bit or something, or they don't have their prices visible.
we'll find one that do have it marked and
Yeah.
just do the research on that.
Mhm.
Um, Pretty much they got to be around the same parameters because if not, somebody be dominating the market and you would know because they be like, hey man, you get your chicken cheap over here. It could be the cheap chicken spot. And we don't hear about that yet.
Yeah. Everybody that I asked when we got here, like where to get meat from and stuff, they just said the quality chicken store.
Yeah.
But I know they got their prices visible on the cooler, so that would be a good place. And like you said, I could capture it on camera.
Yeah, we'll let them see what the chicken place look like. And one day we might go to and San Ignacio or something like that. If I slaughtered that, y'all forgive me.
Mhm.
Bailey's, I rock with y'all.
Yeah.
But um we gonna I don't know, we gonna just try to figure out how to take over this market, man. And so y'all, I kind of want y'all to be involved. God would love y'all to be involved because we all one, and especially the investors. I'm gonna try to make it so you can see more of what you know I got going on, we got going on, and try to give you more, guess more of the investment side of it. I was holding it in more, trying not to dominate it with the investing because it's not about money on that level, but it is about money too. So it's all business. And see, the first thing I'm trying to do right now is take care of payroll. So that's we haven't taken care of payroll, so it's been killing us. So now, hopefully next week, payroll is taken care of from the hustling we've been doing.
Yeah.
Been selling coconut water and beans and stuff like that. But it's not profitable on a level to pay for everybody's payroll, including mine. So we hoping that these chickens can do it. So we got to figure out what we can get per chicken pretty much. So and that's another reason we want to have a solid price so we can look at the bird as this gonna be this much, this gonna be this much. So let me give us a rundown. So the broilers, those are the cheaper ones that you can buy. They're like a dollar and maybe I'm just say $1.50 per
Yeah.
chick. So 100, that'd be about $150. So basically, I want to get to the point that I get maybe a thousand, and then we can sell 1,000, or maybe 200 a week to 250 a week. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And don't buy 1,000 at a time, but you buying 250 a week, so you can release 250 a week.
Yeah.
So that would take care of payroll and even more. And so that's where we're trying to grow it. But then I got the locals, which we're going to buy. I got a quote for 10 for maybe like two. I'm gonna just say 250, and they already ready to lay. And I just got to get a grown rooster, and I think they cost around $20 a rooster. And so you can see them prices. So I guess what if it's about 250 divided by 10, $25 per chick per
Mhm.
hen, grown hen. So that's about the numbers for that. So we're looking at about 25 bird when we're talking the ones that can already lay eggs are ready to go. So I don't know. I may go at just 10 because I don't want to put too much on the business and they can reproduce. We just let them start reproducing and stuff like that and let them slow grow because we're not going to
Mhm.
put them in the market till a year later anyway. So we can just take our times.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's the broilers. Then we went to the locals and then the ones that's going to reproduce and grow. And that's one we're getting grown. And then you have the layers, and layers are the ones that's expensive. We were told that they can reproduce also at the hatchery, but one of the workers was saying that he don't think that they can, but he don't know. So we're gonna experiment.
Okay.
So we'll see, and then if so, then we can actually sell those at the market, the eggs, and we can also sell the chicks because they sell at the hatchery, so we can hatch them, and it costs
Oh,
more.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's a market for
Uh-huh.
them, so people want that, but it takes time, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
So I think we covered a good bit for this episode. I don't know how you feel about it. Or do you think there's some more stuff we need to visit?
No, I think that pretty much cover what we need to update everybody on for right now.